What's cracking, everybody? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the two events that we're going to have to finish off the season, the Road to Sinnoh Tour and the Global Sinnoh Tour itself. What you need to be looking out for, what's important in these events, and what you need to do as a PvP player to take full advantage of both of these events. We're going to start with Road to Sinnoh because that's going to be taking place the entire week between LA Tour and Global Tour, starting on Monday the 19th, going to the 23rd on Friday. Usual local times apply. Now, what's really big about this event is not even this paid research ticket, which, I mean, don't even get me started. There's a paid research ticket for every event. It's going to give you some candy and some XL candy. If you need a little boost, like if 5 XL candy for Cresselia, Giratina, and Darkrai are worth it for you, sure, and Heatran. So, I mean, if you're working on your Heatran and your Giratina for a Master League, then maybe this has some value to you. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not worried about it. But it gives you some other raid theme bonuses, which is going to give you an additional candy for catching something in a raid. So it just doesn't seem like it has as much weight to me. So I wouldn't do it. You also get the hatch. I guess if they have different tickets, they're going to have multiple tickets, dude. Oh, goodness. They're really milking this. So the hatch ticket is going to give you double hatch XP candy and Stardust. And you have time to research with Pachirisu, Chatot, and Carnivine. Again, that holds $5 worth of value to you, then go for it. For me, I'm passing on both of these because honestly, for $5, no, I get more from one raid for like $1 than I would get out of this stuff for $5. Absolutely. Just get out of my face with this. Anyway, wild encounters are going to be the Sinnoh starters. I guess that's all we're getting for this. I think that's kind of booty cheeks, but I don't make the events, so good job, Niantic. I'm proud of you guys. But what I want to really bring attention to are some Pokemon that are going to be in 5-star raids that are very, very important. Cresselia coming on the 20th, right? And so the raid schedule, we're going to break it down. So don't jump to conclusions yet. We're going to break the whole thing down. Okay. So we're going to get on 5-star raids on the 19th, we get Darkrai. On the 20th, we get Cresselia. And this is a big one for Ultra League and also Great League. You can trade Cresselias that were caught in raids that are not weather boosted to get them in Great League, but more on that in a minute. The 5-star raids for the 21st, which is Wednesday, are going to be the Lake Trio. Heatran is going to be on the 22nd. So Heatran is actually, like, it's good anti-meta in the Master League. It's definitely worth building one out for the Master League if you have the resources. If you don't, then it's not a priority. Don't worry about it. I have one. I never use it. That's all you need to know. Giratina Origin Form. This is huge because this is a staple Pokemon in the Master League. I forgot to turn the music on like a bozo, so let's turn it on now. And Origin Form Giratina and Altered Form Giratina are both very good in the Master League. But if you can only raid for one or you only have one or the other to build or pick from, then go with Origin Form because it's got better consistency and better moves. But if you have the ability, I would say get the XLs. And like I said, this is all whether or not you can even raid. Like, I have a plan to raid because I need to finish Master League stuff. And for me, it's justified because it helps me bring better content to you guys. I have an Origin Form Giratina done already, but I don't have an Altered Form Giratina. I've got a really nice, shiny 98% one that I want to build, so I'm going to try to raid as much as I can for Origin Form Giratina. But don't fret, there's more bonuses coming that are actually going to be important, and I want you to keep this in mind as we continue through this blog post thing. Eggs are going to have the babies. Yay. Event bonuses, we're going to have half hatch distance. The remote raid limit is going to be increased to 10 from the duration of the event from Monday to Thursday. And you might think, well, why'd they leave out Friday? The reason why, trainers, is because on Friday, when Giratina is in raids, they're going to completely take off the limit for remote raids for the whole weekend. So Friday through Sunday, you have unlimited remote raids. So if you've got the ability to wail on things, this is a chance to do it. I'm not saying you should support Niantic by doing it, but I'm saying if it's important to you, this is your chance to do it. There's also a timed research. This is free research. You get a Heatran, an Origin Form Giratina, a Cresselia, and a Darkrai for free if you do this research. Cresselia, guaranteed to be Great League stat CP. So if you don't have a Great League Cresselia or you need a second one, maybe you want to have one with grass, not one without, this is an imperative thing for you to do because Cresselia is such a good staple to have in both the Great and Ultra League, and this is a guaranteed Great League for everybody to have. Origin Form Giratina is also worth noting here because we don't have Giratina in the Great League, but if you link up with somebody who also has their level 15 research Origin Form Giratina, you can get it under 1,500 with good trade IVs. So, would be worth it. I think you're going to see... I know Doggus and Home Slice are going to have videos on it day 0, right? But, like, it's still worth pursuing. There's going to be field research tasks, as always. They never tell us what they are. And then we get some new avatar items and stickers and yippee. I actually think the Giratina drip looks pretty sick. And they did an okay job on the Diamond and Pearl Clan stuff. I like the hoodie look, so maybe I'll give it a shot. But the Giratina stuff looks kind of dope, not gonna lie. The headpieces are always weird to me, but like the wings and the jacket were pretty well done. There's also a t-shirt. So that's exciting, right? So this is the Road to Sinnoh event. This is before Global Tour. So let's go talk about everything that's happening in Global Tour, and we'll talk about it right now. All right. So we're talking about Global Tour, and I'm not going to talk about the LA Tour because I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys. I'm not going, and I don't want to be sad about all the things that I'm not getting. And really, all it's going to end up being is the in-person experience is going to be better if you're able to go. And if you are going, I hope you have a great time. I wish I could go, but unfortunately, I just don't have that kind of money to be able to travel to LA and spend days there, and it's just no, it don't have. I may be a content creator, but I don't make oodles of money doing it, and I certainly don't have the kind of money to go to LA right now. So anyway, February 24th and 25th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. local time. That's 8 straight hours on Saturday and Sunday to enjoy Global Sinnoh Tour. So we're gonna have something to do with Team Rocket. It looks like a special research story. It says it has branching paths. And apparently we can also get Spiritomb, which is going to be interesting because we only got 1 and no research during Halloween, so that was kind of bad. We're talking about... they're just talking about the Road to Sinnoh Tour. So if you guys weren't already aware, we are getting Origin Form Giratina and Dialga. We have not gotten any confirmation whatsoever as I'm literally staring into the sun. My goodness, this is bright. I didn't realize how much it reflects off my face, but I look so white. And so, oh my goodness, keep it off me, man. Anyway, we get Origin Form Palkia Giratina, or not Giratina, Origin Form Palkia and Dialga. There's nothing about Arceus yet, and there's nothing about Manaphy or Phione. So we don't know if we're even getting them, and I would be really upset if we didn't because that's the whole point of the tour, is that we're supposed to have the whole decks available. After the tour, we should be allowed to be having that entire decks finished. They got to put like Arceus in some special research or something. They got to put these in special research. They got to do something, right? Something has got to happen in order to bring these in. But in case it doesn't, whatever, I guess. So they're going to be doing, they're giving us like these field, like you can use the special moves from Origin Form, Dialga, and Palkia to alter the way that the game is played, I guess. So essentially you can spend Stardust and Candy on Dialga and Palkia, and I know they got a whole thing of it down here. And if you haven't already, go check out the blog post. They have a whole like video of it explaining. Goodness gracious, I can turn the brightness down or something, dude. Oh my goodness. You like a dark mode Pokemon Go? Goodness, I can't, dude. Oh my goodness, look at me, bro. I'm as white as the page itself right now. Anyway, Roar of Time from Dialga. Let's see if turning on this light is gonna do anything. Roar of Time. No, that makes it worse. Please no. Roar of Time from Dialga, it extends these paid items, right? So the timer on Lucky Eggs, Star Pieces, Incense, even your daily incense, all of that gets extended on Roar of Time, and the more you spend resources, the longer the timer is going to be. So I think there's like a maximum amount. You'd have to go check out the blog. I'm not going to go into every single detail, but this is still something we get. And Spatial Rend essentially increases your radius around your trainer that you can interact with, like stops and Pokemon and stuff. I think it might be just Pokemon. I don't think it stops, but still interesting, right? You don't have to go, go as far out of your way for some things like catching stuff. So that's kind of cool, but it still costs Stardust and Candy. So, I mean, that's not just something that everybody just has lying around. So Here's the raid rotation, right? So there's going to be 4 different habitats that are going to rotate, and what they're going to do is for 2 of them, we're going to get Dialga and Palkia regular, and for the other 2, we're going to get Origin Form Dialga and Palkia, and they're going to be on a 1-hour timer, so they're going to go for all 4, and then we're going to get for the other 4 hours, we're going to get them again. So if you're going to be like me and you're going to be out and about raiding at a local park or something, just keep that in mind. I definitely recommend having Origin Form. Not Origin Form, regular Dialga and Palkia, I would say, are the priorities. Origin Form, Palkia, and Dialga are going to essentially, for me, be nice to haves, but you don't need them to compete in the Master League. Dialga is the top priority. If you don't have one, you need one. And it's IV dependent, so you don't want to build just any of them. You want to make sure that it's got at least a 15, 14, 12 spread. That's going to make sure that it can at least survive mirror matches when it's best buddied. Palkia, very good anti-meta pick in the Master League, able to deal with a lot of different threats, having that unique water, fire, or water dragon typing, goodness. And Origin Forms are going to be nice to have. If you can get the XLs for it, or maybe you already do, then easy. But I would not put them on top of my list if I was having to pick between one and the other, which I very well might have to. So we'll see. But we're going to get some Pokemon in the wild, of course. So here's the habitats, right? So let me just kind of quickly pick out the ones that I think are important for PvP players, right? You're going to want to focus in on Piplup and Burmy. Burmy having that Trash Cloak, every time it comes in like a limited meta, it's usually pretty good. Drifloon would be nice to have. And then if you want to have things prepared for the next time we get Hisui Cup, right? You want to get a Magnemite because Magnezone is really good. Bidoof because Bibarel is good in any meta that Frostlass is super dominant in. And you can also get the Shellos for Gastrodon. So that's going to be something you can grab. So that's in the Bustling Boardwalk. Not much, not so much here that I would be too focused on. But getting into the Ancient Grove here, not really much here. Eevee, if you don't have like an Umbreon, right? If you don't have an Umbreon or a Sylveon for PvP, those are things that I would want to get. Plant Cloak, you can catch that for the XLs. Bronzor, if you're a Little Cup enthusiast, you want to have a Bronzor for Little Cup. And it also wouldn't hurt to have a Bronzong for Great League too, if you get one. And that's really it as far as like important Pokemon go. There's some like spice picks all over the place here, but I wouldn't really concern myself too much about them. Now, getting into Toxic Digs. Gligar is a huge one. You need to have a good Gligar for Great League, as they've clearly shown that they're going to make it meta. This is a good opportunity to catch Stunky and Scorpy and harness and hoard those XLs for Shadows if you have Shadows eligible. And then Croagunk for both Great and Ultra League is exceptionally good. And if you have yet to build your Great League Bastiodon, you're going to be able to get Shieldon XLs in this play here too. Gibble, going to get Garchomp for the Master League if it has the Earth Power. It's good to have too. And then getting into the last one here, we're going to have Hisuian Quillfish, Hisuian Sneasel, Lickitung, Rhyhorn are huge. This is definitely the most like PvP-centric one that I've seen, okay? So Quillfish is kind of spice, but not bad to have. Sneasel, if you want to have the chance to get a Sneasler in the Great League, this is honestly, I think, our first chance. No, not the first chance, but it's not very widely available often. And so in order to get a Great League Sneasler, you need to catch a Hisuian Sneasel in the wild. That's slow enough. Otherwise, you're breaking TOS with things or doing some shady stuff. Anyway, Lickitung is a huge one. You want to get XLs. Rhyhorn is a huge one for Master League. You want to get those XLs. Eevee, we've already talked about. Togetic is good. Its spice is in the Great League, and it's good to have those Togekiss for the Master League as well. I would say Swinub's pretty important for Master League. You want to be able to get that Mamoswine. Snorunt, going to be really good in the Great League if you get a Frostlass. If you don't have one already, you want to get one of those. And Snover, Abomasnow, right? Abomasnow is really strong in the Great League, and it has some really good play in some Ultra League metas when we get like those limited formats. Sometimes it's really good. So it's good to have that. Get those XLs, right? So on Incense, you get some unknowns. Yippee. And eggs for those of you with the incubators, you're probably going to want to focus on 10Ks to get Pachirisu. And that looks like that's pretty much the whole of the video. So I'm going to try and go back to a less extremely bright screen. That's going to do it for me for today, everybody. Thank you for looking at my blaringly white face. Hopefully you were able to see the screen instead of just me. And hopefully this information helps you guys as you go into the event. Knowing what to focus on for PvP. I know once in a while I am going to do these videos because I really want to make sure that, you know, there are definitely a group of people who follow this channel that want to know this information, and I'm happy to deliver it. I'm gonna be honest. It's just one of those things that's like, it kind of deviates from the norm expectation, but that's okay. And I'm glad y'all stuck with me for this one. Best of luck in the Sinnoh Tour and the Road to Sinnoh events. I wish you all the best shiny luck and the raid luck and all that stuff. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.